Welcome to the 100th video in our series about Unix tools. In this video, we're going to continue our journey to learn Git. All known programmers on Earth are human, and humans make mistakes. The Git version control system has support for fixing mistakes. In this video, I'm going to show you one way to use Git rebase for fixing mistakes. Alright, let's do it. And you say, how can there possibly be any mistakes in our wonderful code? We ran a test before we did a check-in every single time, like we should. Well, let's take a look at Taylor sign again. I think that's the last thing we modified. And if we look at this, we say, it looks good to me. Well, think about this. I less than 9. And I said we go from 1 to 9. Well, that's pretty stupid. We go from 1 to 8. Right? Because if I is equal to 9, we drop out of the loop. So that's 7 terms. So there's our first mistake, is we've made a mistake on the comment. The code works, but the comment is incorrect. How embarrassing. This kind of thing happens. We misspelled Taylor sign up here. Taylor sign. Again, when we were working fast, we weren't very careful with our comments, and because comments go away when you compile, they're not stored in the final executable, they didn't cause any semantic problem. The way they cause a problem is 6 months or a year later when somebody decides to recycle this code, even your own self. If the comments are wrong and you trust them, you're going to be very confused. So we fixed that up, and let's go ahead and test again. We only changed comments, so it shouldn't make any difference, but we're going to check it anyway. Yes, it works. Check our status, and you can see there's an M in the second column, which means the Taylor sign has been modified, but it's not staged. That means we need to do a git add of Taylor sign. Okay, there we go. And then if we do a git status again, the M will move to the first column. We're ready to commit. But we could check a diff just to be sure. And we need to use the cached or staged, either one, because the changes are staged. Okay, it shows the 2 comment fixes we made. We're ready. Fix comments. And we've done it. And we look at this, and we see the last one was improve comments, and this one is fix comments. And neither one is tagged. We haven't pushed these commits to any remote repository. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just combine these two into one commit, so nobody knows it took us 2 commits to do it? Can we, and logically it's all one thing, right? Improve comments, fix comments. It's these 2 adjacent commits really should be just one commit. Can we make Git do it? And we can. You do a git rebase -i head, and then you need to give a tilde and some number. So let's go with 3. That number needs to go back enough commits. That'll show 1, 2, 3 commits. You always want to have one more than you really need, just to double check everything. Okay, and you can see, wow, this is something new. We haven't seen this before. And so the first one, we don't want to change that. That one's good. The second one was good, but we'd like to merge the third one into the second one. And it turns out that there's two tools for that, squash and fix up. Squash will merge these two. If I put a squash right here, it will merge these two, but it'll stop and let us update the comment. Fix up is very similar, but it only keeps the first log message, not the second one. So if we put a fix up here, that's going to do what we want. We don't really need to say improve and fix both. Improve is all we need. If we do this by putting a fix up on the last one that says throw away this message, keep the changes, merge them into the previous one's changes, and use the previous one's commit message. That's what it says. Save. It says, yes, I successfully rebased it. Do not rebase anything you already pushed to a remote. We've never pushed to a remote in any video I've shown you. I haven't even talked about how to do it. But just so you know, if you've already pushed the change, you can't rebase it again. If you do, it will break everybody else who pulled from the repo, and everybody will hate you. What does the log look like after we made these changes? That top one's gone, and this one is now the head. And you think, wait a minute, did it just throw away the commit? Well, what we should do is do a diff between this tag and head, and look at the Taylor sign comments and see if Taylor sign is spelled wrong or not. So we can do a git diff v1.0 ... head, and we'll pipe that. We'll just do it regular, and there it is. And you can see Taylor sign is correct. We did fix these numbers, so the commits got merged, just like we wanted. Wow, it's almost like magic. So that was a fix-up. You'd use a squash if you need to edit the commit message, and it would show you both commit messages, and you could use your text editor or whatever it is and use those two to make a new commit message. Since we didn't need the last commit message, all it said was, go back and fix the dumb mistake. We used a fix-up, and that let us put that tiny little extra commit and merge it back into the previous commit. Wonderful. I'm happy. Git rebase seems like a dream. Now, is there anything else we need to fix while we're in here? And you look at this and you say, it all looks pretty good to me. I'm happy with everything else. I need to show you more features. And so let's make a change with a bad commit message. That'll happen every once in a while. So let's take a look at the man page and say we wanted to get rid of this blank line. You can see even with the blank line gone, the man page looks good. We could look at the man page and say, is there anything else we'd like to change? Okay, so we've made the man page public domain. Anybody can copy it. Anybody can do whatever they want to with it. So those are the changes we have. If we do a git status, it shows we have a modified testme.1 that's not staged. We add it We check the status again. We see it's staged. We can do a get diff, and we can see there's nothing that's not staged. We can do a get diff cached, or you could use staged. And you can see we removed a blank line here, and we added these 3 lines. So let's do a get commit. Oh no, I have a horrible commit message. That's clearly a bad commit message. It's a good commit, but the commit message is terrible because I made a mistake, and I typed in how I feel instead of what this commit was supposed to do. So can I go back and edit the commit? And yes, with the get rebase command you can. So I told you always go one more than you need. We need 1, 2 total because we just want to change the top one. And so we ask for 2 get rebase minus I head tilde 2. And so leave this top one alone. The next one, you could see use a commit but edit the commit message. That's exactly what we want. So reword. And when we do that, it shows the old commit message, and we can put in a better commit. And so let's do it. What should we say? Add license information to man page. Remove superfluous blank line. Okay, now that's what we really did, and that's what we really want. And if we do a get log, you could see, okay, I've got the right commit message. But you might want to know, is the commit correct? We can't use the tag because it's too far away. We're going to have to use this ugly hash and head. Or are we? Let's see. This says the parent commit of head up to head. And you can see that gives us what we wanted. So we still didn't have to use those big long hash numbers. And it shows, yes, I've got the changes I wanted. And when I do the get log, I have the message I wanted. Everybody wins. And so we've reached the end of this video. I've shown you get rebase, I've done a fix up, and I've done a reword. And these are both for fixing mistakes when you've made some mistake and you're working with the Git version control system, and you want to make sure your history looks clean and is correct. So, that's it for this video. Please come back for the next one, and thank you for listening.